professional bout with a record of 1 victory, 2 losses, 1 bout even. That lone victory coming by way of KO. Fighting out of Ciudad Obregón, Sonora, Mexico, Guillermo Borboa. Across the ring in the red corner, wearing blue with white trim, he weighed in at an official 132 pounds. Tonight, here in San Carlos, Mexico, he is making his professional debut. Fighting out of Phoenix, Arizona, Jose Miguel Valenzuela.
Ok, muchachos, recuerden que son boxeadores profesionales. Quieren una pelea limpia, no golpes bajos, ni espalda ni nuca. Estamos, choquen guantes, suerte y que ganen mejor.
Hamid Juarez getting this assignment. It is Guillermo Borboa and Jose Miguel Valenzuela.
Did you say Rocky Balboa?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
My Spanish isn't great, but I definitely didn't say Rocky when I meant Guillermo. Right. So. Borboa in the red with gold, Valenzuela in the blue with white. Again, these two young men not expecting to be on the televised portion, but, you know, you said it, Smitty, in boxing, you know, you have to adjust, make adjustments, and an opportunity, when it presents itself, you got to make the most of it.
Yeah, absolutely, and all of a sudden these guys certainly didn't expect to be on the televised portion of this, so for them, they're excited. I'll guarantee you they were doing a lot of texting and everything, letting people know, guess what, I'm going to be on TV tonight.
It's a good environment to do it in as well, because obviously you have the eyeballs on television on UFC Fight Pass all around the world, but no fans in the building. So if
That's a good point.
You know, wanted to kind of dip your foot into the water a little bit, this might be the most ideal way to do so.
And evenly matched on paper, Valenzuela making his pro debut. Borboa 1 and 2. Does have 1 knockout to his credit.
Ooh, nice left hand finds a home for Borboa.
You know, if you don't have these kind of guys, you don't have the Canelo Alvarez's, the Terrence Crawfords, the Tyson Furies, the Lomachenko. You got to have these kind of, you know, 4-round fighters to round things out. They're so integral, and I appreciate them, you know, for what they put into it. You never know where their careers are going to go. Most of them probably not far, but you never know. And just to do it, I tell you, walking inside that squared circle, taking that walk to the ring, there's nothing else like it.
And from a fan standpoint, you never know exactly what you're going to get. It could be fireworks at any point in the fight.
Yeah. You know, when I was coming up in watching fights on Miami Beach on Tuesday nights, there would be, you know, we called them club fighters, like these guys probably will end up being, but man, the crowd, they had their own following.
Right.
They would have their own following.
Especially now with the use of social media and the new digital age we live in, you can have followers everywhere you can reach, and that's pretty much anywhere.
I might have been a contender with social media.
Ah, you're a contender now, Smitty.
I looked good, everything I did.
I'm following you on Twitter.
I think Keith Beltry would have made me, he would have had me on every damn card probably, just to bring in the
Could he
fans.
afford that, you think?
Doubt it.
Final 10 seconds here of this opening round.
That's a nice right hand by Valenzuela to the body that he landed. Lanky young man.
Looked like Valenzuela was complaining about a shot that may have found the back of the head, but that has gone by the wayside now. Look in the corner of Valenzuela. Look at Borboa. A lot of action there in that first round. Both of these guys, you know, very, very active, trying to feel each other out.
There's an attempted jab by Valenzuela. He tried to block the shot, but he still got hit. Lands a combination. I would bet neither one of these guys had an extensive amateur career, though.
good, dude. Okay. Here. One more sip.
We are headed to round number 2.
Use the jab. Okay?
Jose Valenzuela making his professional debut. Guillermo Borboa. This is his 4th professional bout. Again, TJ DeSantis, James Smitty Smith, south of the border tonight, San Carlos, Mexico for RJJ Boxing. Round 2 underway.
And later on, Keith Veltri will join us again, and we'll find out what RJJ Roy Jones Jr.'s up to. He's been in the news a little bit, TJ.
A little bit, yeah. No, big news. Big news. Big left hand and right there. Volume definitely turned up here as Borboa trying to make something happen. Needs a right counter, though, on the inside now into the clinch.
Borboa swinging for the fences there. Very wild, but trying to land some big shots on Valenzuela. Valenzuela sticking out the long jab.
I saw you talk to almost every fighter this week about the importance and significance of that jab in boxing. And, you know, a lot of people prided themselves on it, said they prided themselves on it, but sometimes you don't always see that fighter that talks about the jab being a point of emphasis use it.
I hate when they leave it in their pocket, so to speak. I mean, it is the can opener. It is the Swiss Army knife. It does everything. It can set up everything. It can, you know, get you out of trouble when you're in some trouble. I mean, it is just so, and you see a great utilization of it there by Valenzuela, snapping the head back, and everything flows off the jab. For the conventional fighter, the left jab; for the southpaw, the right jab. I mean, I probably interviewed more world champions than anybody on earth on my show In This Corner, and to a fighter, man, they all will tell you, no matter their style, the jab is the most important punch in boxing.
You can use it so many ways. We saw Valenzuela a moment ago doubling up on that jab.
Can be a range finder, or, you know, and again, a lot of people don't think about it, but even defensively, when you get in a lot of trouble, it can be the thing that can, as you're backing or trying to back up, and if you're having to pull straight back, which is a no-no, at least if you put that jab out there, it can keep you and prevent yourself from being KO'd or something. So it's so important. I think that Valenzuela's doing a nice job of using it right now, and I can see he's watched some films of Floyd Mayweather, the way he's putting his hands there. Everybody wants to be a little Mayweather-esque. It's working for him, though. It's working for him.
Just going to say the confidence has definitely grown here in the second round for Valenzuela. Touch under 30 seconds remain here in round number 2.
Wow, he's even looking, you know, cute there with some of those moves. Nice jab, snapping the head back of Borboa.
A lot of these punches finding a home. Uppercut. Final 10 seconds of round number 2. Nice bit of work there by Jose Valenzuela to really emphasize that round, take it with the exclamation point as he really sort of turned the tide there with a nice variety of skills.
You know, it's so funny. He looked like a completely different fighter to me in that second round. Maybe it was the proverbial feeling out process in round 1.
And maybe the butterflies a little bit. I mean, young, up-and-coming fighter on television for the first time. You got to believe that, that will mess with the young man's head a little bit.
Yeah, these swing bouts for fighters, man, it can be a scary thing, nerve-wracking. You don't know whether you're going to go early. You don't know whether you're going to go late. In this case, they're right on prime time. There's Valenzuela landing a right hand, slapping. That left hook was not thrown picturesque, but kind of slapping with it. But he did win that round easily, primarily with his left jab.
Valenzuela got to feel pretty confident heading into this third round. We'll see if Guillermo Borboa has an answer.
Well, you know, you don't hook with a hooker, but you jab with a jabber. So what Borboa should do is throw his own jab out there. Just throw it out there. Instead of doing it right there, he's just, you know, instead of just standing there posing or posturing, just put the jab out there. Not a hook, because when you're wide like that, you just open yourself up for this. Just a jab, whether you touch him to the chest or a lot of these shots that Valenzuela's landing, he wouldn't be getting hit with. why Kenny Norton gave Ali fits in 39 rounds. Their 3 fights, because Ali had maybe one of the best jabs ever, but Norton had his own jab off of the style that he had, that Philly crab style, the hands, side arms, the Archie Moore, and Ali couldn't time it. By the way, fans, I'm not comparing these guys to Kenny Norton and Muhammad Ali.
Just a history lesson.
Yes. Good combination by Valenzuela. Nice right to the body by Valenzuela.
Halfway point here of round number 3, flurry of action.
He set down on those couple of left hooks, did Valenzuela. Could hear those shots. Got the attention of Borboa. Another one, nice shot to the body.
Immediately, Borboa got the clinch there. We'll see if he's hurt on that right side.
Good body shots. Again, Valenzuela showing us something different. First round, he was just feeling out stuff. Second round, he picked it up with the jab and some combination, and now he's showing us some body attack. I like it.
Yeah, the confidence growing, as well as the dynamic offense here of Valenzuela.
If he knew how to properly throw the left hook, that left hook that he just landed right on the point of the chin probably would have at least put Borboa down. And he just got to work on the proper technique to throw the left hook.
You can see Borboa blinking. I think he's a bit frustrated here with the amount of punishment he's taken in this third round.
Again, he comes in here 1-2, 1 KO on his record. Pro debut for Valenzuela. Evenly matched.
Final 10 seconds here of this third round. Nice left hand finds a home for Borboa. A lot of movement here now by Valenzuela, eating some punishment to end the round.
Yeah, Borboa finished the round with his best combination of the fight. But this one pretty one-sided, all 3 rounds thus far for Valenzuela, the pro debuter.
Maybe a bit of a moral victory for Borboa moving into this final round. He had some offense going. We'll see if he can kind of carry that over into the final frame.
Just like these guys were thrust into action that they didn't expect on television, Marcos Dominguez and Salvador Tapia, they weren't scheduled to be the main event, and they're in the main event in a couple of fights from now. Looking forward to that one. Combinations by Valenzuela. You can see nice body shot there, but again, with that left hook, he has a tendency to slap with it instead of turning it over. That's something he can easily work on and remedy, improve in the gym.
We are headed to the 4th and final round between these lightweights, Guillermo Borboa, Jose Miguel Valenzuela. TJ DeSantis, James Smitty Smith, happy to come to you tonight for the second time this week from San Carlos here on UFC Fight Pass.
Valenzuela just missed with what would have been I think a really big punishing right hand. He's got a lot of reach on him there. Again, a lanky young man.
A lot of action here to start this 4th round. Borboa trying to make something happen. It's a nice right hand, though, by Valenzuela. Some rib roasting shots there, Smitty.
Yep, but just by the way the sound of them, they're slaps. Those are all slapping shots. You know what, the first thing I would tell him would be to go watch film of somebody like a Tommy Hearns, built, tall like him, lanky. And Tommy really improved on his left hook after a while. So sometimes watching footage of the greats from the past can really help you, especially with what we lack in great trainers today. It's one of the biggest problems in boxing. We just don't have a lot of great teachers. Oh, there's a nice left hook by Borboa.
Definitely not out of this is Borboa. 90 seconds left here in the 4th round. See if he can make something happen, even though a bit more punishment from Valenzuela.
He almost looked like Balboa with that left hook there for about 15 seconds. Well, he really should be cranking him out now, TJ. He's way behind, and so might as well swing for the fences.
1 minute remains here in the fight, back into the clinch. Ooh, nice right hand finds a home for Valenzuela. But again, Borboa not deterred, still moving forward. Trying to utilize that head movement.
Yeah, for a guy like Valenzuela to go any further than he is right now, I mean, in terms of stepping up, he's going to have to learn how to set down on his shots and produce a little bit of power.
Final 30 seconds here, Smitty. Volume.
He's able to get away with it here. He's just a better athlete, better boxer. Again, like those shots there were nice shots, very accurate. Just would it be helpful if he, and again, that doesn't mean he needs to be a knockout puncher, but just to have a little bit more oomph to make his opponents respect him more down the road.
There you go. 4 rounds in the books here between Jose Miguel Valenzuela and Guillermo Borboa. Judges going to sort this one out. Solid performance for Valenzuela, making his professional debut against a very game Guillermo Borboa.
Yeah, it shouldn't take the judges too long to render 40-36 unanimous decision for Valenzuela.
You talked a lot about tape study this week, and you bring up a good point about, young up-and-coming boxers looking at the great boxers of the past to pick up tips and techniques, and I'm sure both of these guys will continue that throughout their career. But for Valenzuela tonight, what were your biggest takeaways here? What is he going to see on the tape where he can improve and look to move forward?
Yeah, and before I go to that, you kind of made me think, not only look at the great fighters, but look at the great trainers from the past. And if you can, with YouTube, you can find everything and watch some of the great trainers, the Eddie Futches and the Georgie Bentons and, the Emmanuel Stewarts and the Angelo Dundees, and look at their techniques in training your fighter. What he needs to do, Valenzuela, is just set down on his shots, tighten up his structure a little bit, and again, put a little bit more behind his shots, work with the heavy bag on that, and work on his symmetry, his overall symmetry as a fighter.
All right, the judges have tallied their 10s and 9s, and now our decision lies with Lupe Contreras.
Ladies and gentlemen, after going the distance here at the Marina Terra Hotel and Spa, we consult the official scorecard to determine a winner. All 3 judges are in complete agreement, turning in identical scores of 40-36. In favor of the winner by way of unanimous decision. In his pro debut, Jose Miguel Valenzuela.
Jose